The question about Nikki Haley's new aggressive attacks on Donald Trump as it becomes a two-person race, the main question is it just too little too late? As we already looked at after Trump was visibly confused and confused Nancy Pelosi with Nikki Haley addressed over the weekend Trump's cognitive gaffe and said the guy's confused all the time. He thinks he ran against Obama once. He didn't. He thinks I was in charge of Capitol security on January 6, 2021. I had nothing to do with it. Trump is confused. She's going beyond that. And she is levying more attacks on Donald Trump. At another one of these town halls that nobody asked for and that we just didn't need, Haley much more directly went after Trump for the things she believes are his failures. And it just feels like it is way too late to make any kind of impact. Take a listen to this.
The reason he's throwing these temper tantrums is because he knows I do have a chance. The reason he's doing this is because he knows he's not able to defend his record. He's not able to talk about why he wasn't tough enough on China when he should have, and he allowed fentanyl to come through and them steal our intellectual property and build up our military. He's not talking about the fact that he put us $8 trillion in debt over 4 years, and we're digging out of it, unable to figure out how we're going to pay that now. He's not talking about the fact that he didn't stop the fentanyl flow that's affected this state and all over the country when he had the opportunity to do it. He's not talking about why did he go and praise President Xi a dozen times after they gave us COVID. Why would you do that? There are a lot of things he doesn't want to answer. So he can say, I'm not going to win. I don't care about that. What I am going to do is say, we need answers. The American people need answers. And if he's not giving it, that should worry every single one of you.
Now, one of the interesting things is Nikki Haley was there and enabling a lot of those different things. Right? She was the ambassador to the UN for Trump while he was doing many of those things. And she said nothing and enabled it to continue, including the stuff related to China and President Xi. But here we are in a sort of practical mode. Is this really going to make a difference? Is this sort of very late in the game going after Trump really going to make a difference? And the temper tantrum line came up again during this town hall.
We can't continue down this path and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. You don't fix Democrat chaos with Republican chaos. So he can say everything that he wants, that I don't have a chance. He wouldn't say it if he thought that that was true. The reason he's throwing these temper tantrums is because he knows I do have a chance. The reason he's doing this is because he knows he's not able to defend his record. He's not able to talk about why.
All right. And then she goes into the other stuff. So I don't think this is going to make a difference. I think Nikki Haley's dead in the water. I know that we have sort of, a lot of corporate media, in order to make this seem like a race, is pretending that Nikki Haley may very well win tomorrow night. And that if she does, it's off to the races. I get the path. I've explained the path. She wins New Hampshire. It's 1-1, Iowa and New Hampshire. We then go to South Carolina, her home state. If she wins that, it's 2-1 Nikki Haley. And all of a sudden she's in this thing. I get it. And it is absolutely true that that is what is riding on the state of New Hampshire. It's just really difficult to look at the polling and to see one poll where they are tied. Every other poll has Trump winning by 20 or more, and say that she really has a shot. Might she overperform by a couple of points? Sure. Might Trump underperform by a couple of points? Yeah, that absolutely could happen. Is it a problem for Republicans, as we will talk about later, that only 20% of Americans say they would vote Trump in November if he is convicted? That is a major problem. But that is not slowing down the Trump train as far as the primary is concerned. And so I think this is too little too late. We know that just making your campaign about Trump's bad, by itself, it doesn't work because Chris Christie did it and he got 3% of the vote. But Nikki Haley is not Chris Christie. If she wanted to take this approach, she should have started it earlier. It's too late to make a difference. And my prediction is Nikki Haley gets crushed in New Hampshire and then loses her own home state of South Carolina. And I don't even know that she makes it to Super Tuesday. If I were a betting man, which I am not, that's the scenario that I'm betting on. Let's take a break. So much more news from the weekend coming up.